Everyone has a story, but not every story was told. Here in the Untold, we get the chance to meet a variety of individuals with a variety of creativity. I'm your host, Mazoud Said, joined by my dear colleague.
Abdullah Al-Hindiani, thank you for that lovely introduction. And yeah, I do believe on the Untold we always have great people, right? From all kind of professions. And for today's episode, it's no exception, right? We have a fitness instructor, Elvis Madeleyn.
Exactly, and since summer is approaching, are we already in summer?
Yeah.
I need one of the things, or maybe the main goal that you need to work on is your physical appearance.
Yeah, and I do believe, one of the big mistakes a lot of people make for summer is that, they eat whatever they want. And then right until we're on summer, it's like, okay, I'm going to start the diet. When actually, and I think coach is going to educate us, is that you got to start way earlier than that.
Of course, and there
Yeah.
are a lot of secrets behind fitness and behind the journey to have your great physique. If you would like to know more about it, then stay tuned because this episode gonna help you get ready for summer.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Untold. This is the show where we bring great individuals. We talk about their stories, their experiences, and basically just share their knowledge. I'm your host, Abdullah Al-Hindiani, and I'm with my colleague.
Mirzuga Said, and today we are glad to have one of the amazing, inspiring athlete coach with us here, Coach Elvis Madeleyn. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the beautiful intro. I'm happy to be here. Yeah.
It's our pleasure, actually. And off the camera, we were talking, and you mentioned you were from South Africa.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful country.
Yeah, honest, it's a special country. There's a lot of special things happening within my country. It brings a lot of people together, and when you look at what's happening there, it just inspires to be one of the greats as well. So it's a pleasure for me to be able to sit here with you guys.
Exactly.
Thank
And
you.
one character like that we cannot mention South Africa without mentioning him. Not only like Nelson Mandela, but also Trevor Noah.
100%.
Trevor Noah.
Oh, yeah, the Daily Show host, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Amazing.
What an inspiration of a guy. And when you see what he does, you want to kind of follow in his footsteps. So what a guy to look up to.
It is. Outside of greetings and everything, I do want to highlight one of the most common questions we ask on the Untold, which is basically, give us an idea of who you were before, this moment in particular.
Sure. My name is Elvis, and I'm going to share with you guys what's happening throughout my life.
Yeah.
I'm coming through a very amazing household, full of talent, full of amazing parents, always supportive, and just trying for their children to reach the best as possible.
Yeah.
Like supportive environment.
All of them. You can
That's really awesome.
literally all of them. I'm coming from a background where I used to be a sports player. I used to be a professional rugby player,
Oh, okay.
and everything led up to an amazing career and great path until a major injury happened in my shoulder,
Oh,
where I had to cut it kind of like short. But it brought me to something that I actually fell in love with, and which is fitness, and I can't wait to inspire more people doing what I love. Yeah,
I think it's kind of hard to hear like the word rugby without injuries.
totally.
It's like go together. I like.
yeah.
yeah,
It's like I think for audiences who are unfamiliar with rugby, it's basically what people know as American football, but without all of the safety precautions.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Like
you
the
said.
extreme part of
It is, yeah. And I do want to, highlight a very emotional kind of fact that you said is, you had an injury, but then you took that injury and you turned it into strength, right?
Yeah.
You pursued fitness, which
Yeah.
is, I commend you for it.
To be honest with you, it felt like my mind was lost. I was lost for like a couple of months, but until I knew that, listen, I've been training every day. Isn't this actually what I'm supposed to be doing? And the moment I started, I knew that this is something for me to head into. And it led me to a path where I was inspired by family members,
Yeah.
like from my mom's side, brother's side. My elder cousin was a also famous rugby player, so I was always trying to be on his level. But seeing everything and having the opportunity to be there was just more than enough.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And like fitness is kind of like a general term, like a general word.
And
So what direction in fitness you would like to go to?
so I love working with people. I love to see people succeed. I love to see people happy within the changes in their bodies. Doing personal training and realizing that I'm actually a GX coach where I do group exercise classes, how I interact with the people, how the people interact back
Yeah.
was such an amazing thing for me. And I totally fell in love with GX classes, and that's led me to being the lead coach of all GCC for what I'm doing
Yeah.
currently.
And I think being a fitness coach is very kind of unique position. You're basically seeing people change their lives on a daily basis. You know, you're seeing them at their worst physical moments, and if they are, you know, disciplined enough, you're going to see them at their best physical shape.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so having one of the members coming into the studio and joining us for the first time and subscribing and seeing him move his body, you know, for a couple of weeks, and him coming back 2 weeks later asking me for a picture and comparing the two pictures and seeing the change. I've never seen anybody that satisfied, that happy, and just to continue to be better. It really means a lot as a coach, because it's a mental thing and it's an emotional thing, and when you overcome those situations, you can see your path going forward. Amazing.
Of course, and like coaching people, it's also like not even though it could be fun, sometimes it could be very challenging. So what kind of approach that you use with your client to make them like motivate every day so they can keep pursuing the path?
So honestly, as a young kid, when I grew up, I knew that talent can take you far, but hard work can take you further. And I realized that within my rugby career as well, that there was times where I had to put more work in to be able to be the best, because talent can only take you that far, but if you really want to upgrade. And for me, there's one thing that everybody has an off day, everybody has not a good day, but I realized that the moment I walk into the studio or whether I'm meeting up with a client, it's no more about me. When we are in between those four walls and inside the studio, it's about the members. It's no more about me. When I step out, that's when I can go ahead and think everything is about me. But when I see my members, it's about them, not about me.
And you know, it's honestly beautiful that you said, you know, it's not just about talent, because I do remember a quote. I think it was from either a boxer or an MMA fighter, that he was a champion at the time, and then people told him, you know, how do you have such talent? He said, I don't have talent, I just outworked the talented kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can relate to that. I think when my parents started seeing where I was going within my rugby career and other things that I was doing aside, because I used to be a dancer as well, my dad said one thing to me, and that completely changed my life. He told me that the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was working and working, but without me experiencing or knowing things were just coming my way, flowing into the career that I was going, and it was able to push me forward to be better.
Yeah,
of course. And from rugby arena to classes and coaching, what was the strongest experience you ever had that maybe changed a client or changed you personally?
The toughest thing I was working through was realizing that I'm actually a leader.
A leader?
I'm a leader. When I used to play rugby, I was a captain, and you can be as good as you want, but if it's not a team effort, you'll never get anywhere.
Yeah.
And in the fitness industry, when I'm communicating to my team or when I'm speaking to the members, if they listen and they take in what I'm saying, I can see them going forward.
That's very amazing. And I think leadership, it applies in different fields as well.
Yeah.
And for you, Abdallah, as like a director, you also like play some role of leadership.
Yeah, I think, you know, when you step into the role of director, you kind of like your own miniature set, right? You're putting people in all sort of position and then seeing the whole project come together.
Totally.
Yeah. And I do want to ask you about something, because I believe at the date of recording, you have been in Kuwait for 2 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I want to segue that to my question is, what was the experience like of moving from South Korea, I believe South Africa,
100%,
to Kuwait, and how was that? Was there a culture shock?
I was fortunate enough to have a friend that's in Dubai, but he goes by the name of Connor, and we used to work together, and he was always saying beautiful things about the GCC. And at that moment of time, I was working in SA doing my GX classes, and I don't know, but she goes by the name of Reshmi. Somehow she found my account on Instagram and she approached me, and I was like, this cannot be true. And when she told me that this is where I will be coming, I immediately kicked into it, because from hearing from other people how great it is to be here. But for me, it's not about adjusting to the culture, it's about respecting other people and what I'm going into somebody else's country and things like that. So it's about respecting, and and it's amazing, honestly, different cultures, how people carry themselves, how people interact with you. Of course it's going to be different, but you never want to be the same. Seeing different kind of cultures is amazing, and I feel like I'm in the right spot at the moment.
Of course, and diversity usually brings like creativity as well,
Certainly, yeah.
and it can help like having different approach and how you can apply things. And I like how the law of attraction. You were talking about like GCC and how beautiful they are, and then all of a sudden he got like a chance to become a coach in one of the countries.
100%. Yeah, I'm very fortunate to be able to do what I do and to be here. And since I arrived in Kuwait and since where it's leading me, I can see the path, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful.
And it's also, I think, you know, as soon as you taste some of the Middle Eastern cuisine, it's kind of hard to leave the area. And I do
Or
believe,
to be committed to your fitness
yeah,
goal.
yeah, because I do
Delicious
believe,
food.
yeah, I've been to all continents in, you know, the world, and I do believe that Middle Eastern food can make people stay here no matter what conditions are.
And the day I arrived, Reshmi took me to the most amazing restaurant in 360 Mall. And
And was that like the day you arrived? Was it like your cheat day?
yes,
Your cheat
you
meal?
know, I knew that the next day it's going to take me some effort to take all those out. But
A lot of running, jogging.
exactly. But what an amazing, I'm such in love with Kuwait, and I'm such in love with the people of Kuwait, and I've really built some close friendships and like with my members, and I'm excited for the future, guys, to be honest.
Would you, yeah, I was just gonna ask if you could elaborate on that point a little bit further, because I do believe that for a lot of people, especially from outside, they have fear of coming to different countries and exploring the culture because there's such a disparity of cultures.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like the people and the members that I've met, they've made me so comfortable, and they always invite me out and we sit down and they explain to me certain things and why it's like that and the reasons behind everything. So that just opened my eyes to seeing the differences, and man, I'm accepting it. It's just it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. And talking also like about fitness, you know, like sometimes the industry itself, there are a lot they don't reveal, or maybe there are something that people keep repeating. So what one thing, or maybe like a couple of things that distinguish Coach Elvis and maybe like his approaching or like his coaching style than the rest of the coaches around?
Yeah, that's a very tough question.
It needs like a long breath, huh?
Yeah. I need to think properly about that.
That's the Untold, right?
100%.
Welcome to the Untold, huh?
Yeah. Wow, it's beautiful. Wow, what a deep question. There's been people coming to me and they ask me, what is it about you that keeps the people coming back? And
Beside your awesome smile, what else?
I have to say personality comes along.
Sure.
It's just a personality thing, and it's the way I see people.
Yeah.
And it's what people bring to me, and yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it's the openness, because I speak from personal experience of trying to get fitness instructors, right? And I do believe that a lot of them would look at you as a number. The people who look at you as a more personal kind of, you know, one-on-one kind of interaction are very few.
Yes.
So when you see something like you, Elvis, you kind of stick to it.
100%.
Yeah.
And the way you carry yourself and how you talk with others, how you interact,
Yes.
that says a lot about your own personal brand.
Somehow I need to make sure that people feel safe around me, and they do the same when I'm with them. And that's one of the things that it doesn't always happen naturally, but it comes with personality and spending time with the person. And yeah, what an amazing thing.
I hear like one of the things that really make any coach like kind of, you know, sometimes could be angry is that like when your client, like he eats a cheat meal or he doesn't follow the plan. So how do you interact with people who, because I know myself, if I was like with a coach, you know, I know like I'm gonna maybe grab like a falafel, you know, without him knowing, or like maybe a piece of cake.
So one thing that is coming within the fitness industry, I realized that you can build lean muscle without any meal plan. It's just about the work that you put into the things that you do. 100%.
That's awesome.
I specialize in that, especially when it comes to my PT side. Yeah.
I mean, since you specialize in it, we kind of have to dig deeper into that. So we will give you time to think about the answer, because we kind of have to take a quick break.
Sure.
And we'll come right back.
100%.
And we are back, our dear viewers, and still continuing our interesting conversation with Coach Elvis Madeleyn. Hello again.
Hi, nice to be back.
Thank you. I do believe we gave you a break so we can dive into more the questionnaire.
Yes.
Because for me, who is into, I wouldn't say an expert in fitness, but I do like to stay active. You said that, you know, your expertise is in building muscle without the proteins and stuff.
Or like strict plan, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's one thing that we should realize, that we as personal trainers know exactly what to do and when to do what. Some of the members or people, you'll find people going to the gym and they will do all the variety of exercises, but they're not always reaching the certain goals that they want. As in all of ours job, there's a catch in whatever you study, whether I'm studying law or I'm studying to be a policeman. There's certain catches, and if you don't understand those certain catches, your body will not shape to what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I can do everything and I can push as hard as I want, but if I'm missing that small catches,
It's like a small
it's-
details, but could have like a very great impact and
100
change.
totally,
Interesting.
totally.
I remember like one time I was joining my brother like weightlifting, and he told me like instead of lifting like this, make sure like you grab the dumbbell like from like the end of the angle,
100%.
and then like take it all the way.
Yes.
And that really make a huge difference. Like I
Yeah.
start to feel the stretching happening.
100%. Yeah, the movement, you can use light weights and you can do whatever, but as long as your form and everything that you do is good, the results will come.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 100%. I
And talking
agree.
about like working out, and sometimes people could do like, maybe like international challenges or like some tricks or some challenges. Was there like a challenge that you regret doing it or you participated in? I remember one time like there was like an ice bucket challenge,
Yeah.
but that's not related to fitness, but there's still from time to time.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that question about it's not related to fitness, because you know what, you can go through a workout and you can jump into an ice bath and you
Okay.
will feel recovered the
Yeah.
next day.
Recovered.
Yeah, you can go back and you can push even harder, because there's days where your body needs that ice cold, just to shut it down and slow it down. So
Talk about ice bath. There was a trend, I don't know if you saw it on social media, where they bring like a ball, they put in ice, they put in water, and then they start like, dipping their face.
100%.
Is that like effective or just like a trend, or does it have like any benefits?
Yeah, it benefits you and it's very attractive, but when it comes to Elvis, Elvis is a very babyish guy when it comes to cold.
Yeah.
Me and cold, we're not good friends. So yeah, it's quite tough for me to get into an ice bath. But the benefits of ice bathing is amazing.
I bought into all of that hype because I used to, after finishing the gym, I used to take really extreme cold showers. And so that came to me and helped me one time because the electricity was out. And so the boiler wasn't working.
Oh no.
But I was the only one at the house who could shower without any problems. Everyone else was just being stinky with bad smells because they couldn't shower for so many hours.
Sure.
Yeah,
So
so that's
you're
another
willing to
benefit.
take the risk.
Yeah, that's another benefit of cold showers.
Yeah, great. Yeah, great. Totally. 100%.
I was going to ask about you, Elvis, personally, because, all of us have stories that kind of shape us. So I do want to ask, what story shaped you to the person you are today? Maybe something your clients don't know about you that well.
When you have a strong mind, you can accomplish everything.
Yeah.
Strong
And,
mind.
you can be down, you can come from the toughest place, but when you know what you want and you know where you want to go, it's possible.
Yeah.
Even though like having strong mind is really sound like very interesting and also like beautiful to have, but it's not easy to accomplish. I know like they were like your family, they give you the support, they give you the energy, they were at your back. But was there any other sources, maybe like reading, maybe like being with other people as well, that help you to shape this mentality?
Yes, I was working with a lot of people that was able to see the potential within me and that guided me onto the right path to do certain things in certain ways.
Yeah.
So it's not just about really my family or myself. There's a lot of people that plays a big role, from my dancing coach into my rugby coaches into my family into where the people that I'm working with now. So if I can mention them all, I think we're gonna sit here for the whole night. But I've never been able to do this alone by myself.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's all, in all kind of professions, I think what's common about all these people is that the circle of support must be there, right? In order to succeed, you got to have your circle of support, whether it comes from family or friends, acquaintances. If you have support, you're going to find that inner motivation.
100%.
Of course.
That's all you need.
And sometimes you might not like find it from friends or people around you. You could find it from like motivational speakers,
Yeah.
people that you look up to. Like I used to listen to some motivational speaker, like for Les Brown, sometimes like Tony Robbins, and also like sometimes music itself, especially like if they were competitive.
Yes.
I don't know, they boost me up.
Yes.
What about you? What's your favorite song? Like, especially when you go to the gym.
I'm a huge Travis Scott fan.
Travis Scott?
I'm not
Travis
sure if
Scott,
you guys
yeah.
know about him. You guys do. Yeah, he was in Qatar a couple of weeks ago, and
Okay.
I was there, and what an amazing experience.
The hype was amazing, huh?
It was amazing. I think
What's your favorite song?
Vin.
Vin?
It's Vin. Yeah, my body was shaking. I think if I mention it, I'm still even shaking right
Yeah.
now. What an amazing experience, honestly.
Yeah, I do believe like a couple months ago they even brought him to WrestleMania. If you into
Totally,
yeah,
100%. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
if you're into wrestling, they were
yes,
brought into WrestleMania, and then he was also
yes,
had a major spot in it.
yes.
Yeah,
I think it was about his time now for him to blow up into different sections.
yeah,
But I'm really proud of what he's doing now, and he's really motivating a lot of people into doing better. And what a great guy.
Yeah, so next time you want like to go from 15 push-up to 20, just play Finn, you know.
Done.
yeah.
There.
Done.
Just put it there, right? Yeah.
Just a couple of questions for the two of you. As you guys are speaking about South Africa, and I can see the curiosity of you guys
Yeah.
about South Africa, what is the one thing that makes you guys want to know more about South Africa?
I mean, personally speaking, because my cousin went there, and he said like the food in South Africa was one of the best. So for me personally, because the only reason I do any kind of sport and activity is because so I can eat however I want. So for me personally, it's just the food.
Great. I
Yeah.
love it. What a lovely answer. What a lovely answer.
Yeah, the
How about
food
you?
like plays an important role.
Totally.
Also like the people, the culture, it's
Yeah.
kind of different.
Yeah.
So I'm always like curious about different cultures as well as the natural wildlife. I remember a friend of mine, he was there and he told me like in the backyard, you know, we are used to see like a cat, you know, here in
Yeah.
Kuwait. But there he was seeing a giraffe, you know,
Oh,
at the
mashallah.
backyard. I was
Yeah.
like, wow,
Yeah.
what an amazing experience.
we
Amazing.
get that a lot, yeah. So there's a lot of people that doesn't know what's happening sometimes around.
And
Sometimes.
also for me, who follows, you know, martial arts, in the UFC, South Africa now has a champion for the first time.
100%. He
Yeah.
goes by the name of Dricus
Dricus
du
du Plessis. Yeah.
What an amazing fighter. That's why I was about to say, like, there's a lot of people in South Africa that comes from such a small town or city or whatever and becoming superstars. As a rugby fan, we've won 2 Rugby World Cups back to back, 2019 and 2023, I think, if I don't have it wrong. So, and it's people coming from small cities reaching the highest level. And when you look at them, you know that if you follow the right steps, you can make it. You can be one of them.
You know, funny you say that because the only reason I know about this one is because of the movie where Matt Damon plays it. He plays a South African. Yeah.
Yes, I think it's called After the Sun or something like
Yeah,
that.
I forgot the name.
Hard.
But I do remember them saying that he made one of the most authentic South African accents. So it's like, okay.
And I think Abdullah, like, since we are talking about Diwania, it's something that most guys here, they are waiting for the weekend so they can go to. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, here in Kuwait, you know, we have our gatherings, you know, where all of these guys come along to play cards, you know, video games, whatever. We call them Diwaniyas.
Yes,
Yeah. So I do believe like in every culture you kind of have the same.
you do.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah, there's beautiful cultures in South
Yeah.
Africa. To be honest with you, I'm not as much into that,
Yeah.
which is probably something that I need to work on myself. But
Sometimes like being a fitness coach and also like interacting with your own path and passion could be very challenging, like to manage other stuff.
100%, it's very the work that we do as coaches is very draining,
Very
because-
demanding.
Yes, because you want to keep people happy, you want to keep people smiling, you are always interacting with people.
Not only like person to person,
Yeah.
also like on social media.
100%.
You need to have your own presence. So
100%.
how are you like managing that?
You know, I go through emotion times. Sometimes I will cry it out and then take like an hour or two and go push and do the things that I need to do and get it done. But like I said before, it plays a big emotional role, and you need to be physically ready. And
Yeah.
you can only do that if you do it daily and in and out. So
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, speaking of so much emotional toll, I do want to ask you about, you know, when all of this pressure is gone, when you're by yourself, what are your guilty pleasures? Like, how are you spending the time?
I love to spend time with myself.
Yeah.
I don't know if I give you the presence of an outgoing person, but I'm not as outgoing as I look.
Yeah.
Really?
Not at all. I'm a house guy. I love
Okay.
to spend time with myself and just relax and see what I can do more to make myself better.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course I would go out, have some dinner and with friends and so on, meet up with them. But if there's time for me to relax, I would prefer to be alone. And
So what kind of rituals do you do like when you are by yourself? Because for me, I remember like usually when I am by myself, I either like sit, you know, think about the future, jot some goals down like that I want to accomplish.
that's what
But
I
for
do.
you, what's the case?
That's exactly what I do.
The same.
I will sit down, I'll open my laptop and I will listen to a motivational speaker, like you said,
Yeah.
and for something that's relating to my personality and the person that I am. and take some ideas, implement it into my own personality, and I'm taking it forward. And
That's really awesome.
that's
What's
it.
one goal you're looking forward to accomplish?
So, inshallah, in the next 2 years, I will have my own studio running in my country.
Inshallah.
I have a set goal for myself. I want to be 5 years in Kuwait.
Yeah.
Like I said, my dad told me, you need to do something
Yeah.
to get something. And there's a reason why I'm here, is to work hard and see and take it back home and implement it into my own.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's commendable because I do know that working with people on a day-to-day life has a lot of pressure, right? It has a lot of weight on you. So to be able to go through all of that, it doesn't just take, physical, perseverance, but
Yeah.
also mental, fortitude. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the same answer. When you wake up in the morning and I know there's a specific place I need to be at a certain time, that's when I lock in and I set up.
Yeah.
I prepare myself mentally to go and deliver what the standards needs to be the moment I reach, or knowing that I'm reaching to go to a place.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Coach Elvis, Madeleyn, for being with us here today and take us through the journey of inspiration with working out, with fitness, and from rugby to becoming a fitness coach in the GCC countries.
100%. Thank you so much for having me. It's been such a pleasure sharing my story with you guys, and I hope to see you guys in the future.
Yeah,
Sure.
honestly, yeah, this was amazing. And I do believe that we brought you to talk about fitness, but I do enjoy that we talked about you, Elvis, the person, more. So I
Sure.
do want to thank you for that.
And
It's a
get to know
great
your beautiful culture, the beautiful country, and
Yeah.
the people in there.
Sure.
So we're gonna take a quick break. I need to take my protein shake, and then we're gonna be back.
Unfortunately, that was all the time we've had on the Untold. Another great episode.
Yeah, it was totally awesome, and I love his spirit. His smile, the way he interacts, it says a lot about his positive brand.
Yeah, and honestly, the way he speaks and his, speech pattern, his mannerism is so soothing and so calm. It's kind of hard to believe that he works as a day-to-day coach. He was talking like an inspirational kind of leader, a motivational kind of speaker.
It was amazing how he was able to shift the weakness that he had
Yeah.
during the injury he got from rugby into aspirational career.
Yeah, honestly, and one of the highlights of this interview is when he talked equally about the importance of mental, strength. It's not about showing up physically, but it's also about showing up mentally, having the discipline, waking up, knowing what you have to do, actually finishing the job.
Of course, mentality play a huge part in making you the person that you are in today. So think about it. Who's the people that you are sitting with? Who are the people? Are they influencing you in a positive way or like a negative way? Because they can maybe create you to become a hero or create you to become just a normal person.
Yeah, and I do believe that's a great way to wrap this episode, so I'm not gonna add any more words. Beautifully said, Marzouk. That was all the time we've had on The Untold, and until next time, goodbye.